Daniel Haqiqatitjou, a very confident Muslim preacher, made statements and argumentations that come to the conclusion that Islam is false. A few days ago, I finally caught him live. I presented a question that I think is very problematic for Islam: who Yahweh is, and whether Islam got the name of the God wrong that it adopted from Abrahamic religion. Daniel Haqiqatitjou had no idea what is going on. He was not familiar with this argument, which is okay. You don't have to know everything. He spent his time researching while we were talking, but he tried to argue very firmly about this during the stream.
Actual Jews, they have used the word Yahweh to refer to God, but they also continue to use the word El.
The problem is that at the end of this debate, when he didn't see any way out of this argumentation, he came up with a final resort that is extremely problematic for all his beliefs. He proposed the idea that Yahweh is a polytheistic pagan name which the Israelites adopted from a pre-Abrahamic polytheistic Canaanite religion and thereby corrupted their own religion and their scripture. He now seems to have trouble remembering what exactly he argued, but when you go back and review the footage, it's very clear what he says.
It's perfectly consistent with Islamic beliefs that a polytheistic name Yahweh has been adopted from the Canaanite polytheistic religion, has been adopted into the Hebrew Bible. In Genesis, for example, not have this name Yahweh, but in our religion, in this polytheistic religion that we're adopting, there is the name Yahweh. How do we reconcile these things? How about we just write a verse in Exodus that from the time of Moses, we'll be referred to as Yahweh.
You're shooting yourself in your own foot right now.
These ancient Canaanites and ancient Hebrews, ancient Israelites had the word El or Elohim, and they associated with other names and other gods.
So the Israelites corrupted their own religion, they corrupted their own scripture, they adopted a false name for their polytheistic god named Yahweh. This religion that we have comes with a corrupt guy called Yahweh, came after this supposed corruption where they falsely adopted this name Yahweh. And his idea is that later prophets were actually in a fight against this corruption.
They kept corrupting their texts. They would take a teaching from a prophet and they would distort it. And so another prophet has to come to correct it. So that's perfectly in line with the Islamic conception of prophethood.
He has thereby unknowingly declared Islam false. Yes, if you are a Muslim and you argue that
Yahweh
is
a polytheistic name,
then you are, without knowing it, denying Islam and declaring that Islam is false. And here is why.
Now let us look another example of biblical figure, which is also found in Islam. This about the prophet Elijah, which is another theophoric name, and Elijah means my God is Jehovah. Please listen to this Islamic claim. Elijah in the Quran has been mentioned twice, and his story is told in brief. He was a great Israelite prophet, who warned his people lest they worship idols, and invited them to monotheism. In fact, Elijah is a prophet that is revered by all Abrahamic religions, including Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. References: Quran 6.85, Quran 6.86, Quran 38.48. If Israelites borrowed the name Jehovah from pagan Canaanitish people, why Allah took that name, put it into his Quran and Hadiths? We advise our Muslim brothers and sisters to think before saying something against other religions or books. First know your own books and the foundation of your religion, then you can talk about something with confidence. Did Mr. Daniel say the name of God, which is Jehovah, is not found in the book of Genesis? He is not telling us the truth at all. He is lying, as did his false prophet. Let us again look into the book of Genesis and find where the name of Jehovah can be found. Here you are. Genesis 2 verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that Jehovah God made the earth and the heavens. Genesis 2 verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Jehovah God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. The name of Jehovah is mentioned in the book of Genesis 182 times, yet Mr. Daniel is telling us that the name Jehovah is not found anywhere in the book of Genesis. Warning to the Doa people, or so-called Muslim scholars. If you lie or fabricate about the Bible, we will find you and expose you before the people of the world. Therefore, watch out. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Until we meet again with another episode, may the true God, Jehovah, bless you abundantly.